What's up guys, Viper here, welcome to a new video on the channel. Today I have my first player review for you guys and we're starting with a bang. And as you can see on your screen right now, we have Neymar Jr. Now obviously with Neymar last year he was arguably, in my opinion, the best player in the game. This year he's still got the same stats basically. You know, he's a little downgrade on finishing I believe, but he's still got 5-star, 5-star, his dribbling's insane. You know what to expect from Neymar, you know what you're getting with Neymar, you know. But on this game it is a little different because the game does play quite differently in terms of skills not being as useful. So some people are looking at Neymar and thinking he's not worth it, obviously because of skills being downgraded quite heavily. Just a few things to note before we go into the gameplay. A few of his key stats are he's got 83 finishing, 90 vision, 95 dribbling, 95 ball control, 96 agility, and 93 composure. Now before we do get into the gameplay, I want to go over my opinions on Neymar in FIFA 21. Obviously I know the gameplay is a lot different. The things that made him so good last year were obviously his 5-star, 5-star, his ability to turn on a sixpence, his finishing, and his passing. A few of the issues he had in FIFA 21 was his lack of shot power and his lack of strength. Obviously last year Neymar offered great links for chemistry, and in FIFA 22 the links are even better. He perfect links to Marquinhos, can link to Hakimi, links to Wijnaldum, links to Messi, links to Mbappe. Obviously the one drawback to this card is he costs over 1 million coins. That's what we're here for, to see if he's worth the 1 million coins. So let's actually start the review. Alright guys, so first things first, Neymar's ball control and dribbling is like nothing else I've seen on this game. Obviously it's very hard to dribble and turn on this game, and I've used a few good players with a lot of good dribbling, but nobody can do what Neymar does in terms of dribbling. The way he can turn, the way he holds the ball, the way he passes the ball, the way he receives the ball. These are all things he's absolutely brilliant at, and I think the only person that could compare to him in this regard is Messi. But then obviously the difference between Messi and Neymar is that Messi doesn't have 5-star skills and 5-star weak foot. I have never used a player on any FIFA that feels this much above the power curve this early on. He's an absolute joy to play with, and obviously with skills being nerfed this year, I was very concerned that he wasn't going to be as useful, but his skills work somewhat similar to how they were in FIFA 21, which is crazy because nobody on the game performs like this. I really do think his skills and generally his dribbling to be unmatched at this point of the game. Now in terms of his playmaking ability, his passing is good, but with passing being universally nerfed, no player other than the Brunos, the Messis, and the Kevin De Bruynes you will feel a special pass with. But in saying that, Neymar is probably just behind them as the best passer on the game. So whilst it's not his best asset, you'll still find a lot of success in his passing. One extra thing to add as well is that Neymar this year for some reason doesn't get bullied off the ball. He actually shows some physicality and does actually manage to bully a few defenders from time to time. Now the most important part of the review in my opinion, we're going to talk about his finishing and his overall shooting. So in terms of his long shots, they are one of the best I've tried on the game, which actually makes no sense because his shot power so low and his long shots aren't the best. But his long range finesses are absolutely ridiculous. Timed or not, they still go in a lot of the time. But what I will say is if you do time them, you'll have a high success rate. If you haven't watched my tutorial on how to score more goals in FIFA 22, I'd highly recommend you watch that. His finishing in the box is also one of the best I've used on this game. His shot power is honestly a lie. When I do shoot with him, it does seem like his shot power is in the high 90s. So overall, I'd give his finishing and his long shots like a 9.5 out of 10. That's how good they are. So you can't really go wrong with him in terms of finishing. In terms of any cons with Neymar, there is only one thing I can think of, or that I have noticed, and that's that skills have been nerfed. So maybe if you only use Neymar for skills and strictly skills, he won't be your guy this year. But even without skills being that good, I still find him to be a top 3 player in the game. So just to go over everything one more time, his dribbling, his left stick dribbling in particular, absolutely ridiculous. On a game where left stick dribbling isn't really viable, Neymar is still able to do so. In terms of passing, he's not the best passer in the world, but he's also not anywhere near the worst. He is not on the level of Messi, KDB and Bruno. He is a level just below that, and that's good enough for the player that you are getting in this package here. His shooting as a whole is really good. His green time finesse shots from anywhere are brilliant. His normal powerful green time long shots are really good, and even in the box he is one of the best finishers, even with the OP goalkeepers. So now that we've actually watched the gameplay guys, let's get into the final part of the review where we discuss best chemistry styles, overall rating, and whether he's worth 1 million coins or not. Right then guys, so overall we played 5 games with Neymar. He scored 7 goals and got 2 assists. This was all playing as a left forward in the 4-3-2-1, which obviously gives you a lot of angles for finesse shots, so that's why I was scoring so many long goals with him. In terms of overall rating, I'd probably give him a 9.5 out of 10. He offers everything you need on a game of FIFA. One of, again, the best players on FIFA, if not the best. In terms of his best position, I honestly think you should be playing him as a middle cam. So in the 4-2-3-1, he's got to be the middle cam, or in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, play him as the cam. I never would play him as a striker, but he is definitely one of the best on the game, if not the best, as a cam. Now, the last thing to go over before I end this video is what chem styles do I think are best for him. Now, for me, I would say Deadeye to get his shooting and his passing passing up, or a hawk to get his pace and shot power up. With that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video, and if you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Plenty more reviews coming your way. Until next time, take care.